as well as engage with our support engineers for faster case resolution. The areas we are going to cover today include an overview of our support services. What is included in this are the support levels and channels that we use here at our region, that is the Eastern Africa, the global support Salesforce platform, where you as our clients or the customers need to get connected, log in, request a case, get connected with our support engineers and begin the step-by-step milestone communication until you get a resolution of your issue or error that has been encountered at different levels of our software. We also look at common technical issues that have been experienced time by time by our users in our region, and how could you approach this within the shortest time, and how could you address this. Then we'll also include the advantages of keeping the software up to date, getting access to our technical documentation and customer feedback and their satisfaction. An overview of our support services include our quality support, and this encompasses our expertise, which entails of our support engineers who possess deep knowledge and understanding of the products and services, our responsiveness, where we provide timely responses, our clarity, which includes a clear communication on issues that have been raised, and a follow-up for customer feedback in satisfaction. We focus on outcome-based support, that is gaining a full understanding of our customer needs and providing the support that is required to achieve the desired outcome with our Esri products. We also look at a faster case resolution with our dedicated support analyst. That is at least an initial response within a period of 24 hours from the time a case has been logged in or rather received on our support platform. I'm gonna dive into our support levels. There is support services offered at every level, and this includes the basic, rather standard. We have a continuous access to subscription, and the other services that are included in the basic or support level. We have an advanced level that include consistent updates on the support stages, assigned technical advisory hours. Then we have a premium level of support that include an accelerated, response time, one-on-one technical information transfer, and more about this you can find on our support link that will be shared on our chat section. The virtual support that we do here at Eastern Africa can be conducted through holding the technical meetings through the Microsoft Teams remote desktop sessions that include AnyDesk, Quick Assist, TeamViewer, or any other application that is comfortable on your side. There are also the quarterly on-site support for customers on maintenance. We also include that. We also have our support channels, and that include phone calls, email respondents. We have a live chat, remote desktop connection that I've just mentioned. It could be AnyDesk, it could be remote desktop, it could be TeamViewer, and any other application that will work well with you. So we get connected through these platforms to make sure that we get to interact on screen to screen with the issue that has been experienced and begin our resolution to this. We have the global Salesforce, a platform where you, as our customers will get connected and begin the process of requesting a case, or rather creating a case that will be submitted inside the Salesforce, and this will be picked up by our analysts either locally or if it's a case that will be escalated to our team in Esri Inc. So when cases are created from my Esri, the engineers will have a more structured end user information, and the engineers or the analysts will be allowed to work with the case immediately. With this platform, the customers, you are able to request the case, monitor the case until we get a resolution. So we begin with the customer requesting this case from My Esri, which is a portal that contains software downloads, authorization numbers, access to training, access to support, and activation of the Esri product. So a customer gets connected to My Esri portal and then begin the process of requesting a case that is now the Salesforce. So you can see the case management. Those are all the cases that are submitted inside the Salesforce, where you can create collaboration on this case. You can create case collaborators within that case, have an overview of the issue that has been raised, and begin an efficient handling of the case, including the initial response and subsequent milestones in communication. Within the Salesforce, you could get access to a defect, rather the knowledge management at different levels of the software, get access to the surveys where you're required to give a customer feedback of how your interaction with the analyst was, and give the ratings of this. Then you could have a view of the reports, dashboards, and other functionalities that are available within the Salesforce as per your account. Now, the analyst at the distributor level and the analyst at the international level, that is Esri Inc., are all connected to the Salesforce. So at local level, a case that does not need, escalation to our Esri Inc. team gets resolved at our distributor level, but some cases that will need an escalation to a specific analyst for Esri Inc., then that's also picked by an analyst in the case team. So all these analysts are connected to the Salesforce, and this ensures an efficient communication between the customer and the analyst in our region until we draw to a resolution of a case or an issue that has been raised at that moment. We go through an overview of common technical issues that have been experienced day by day in our region. This is on ArcGIS Pro. So the common issue that has been observed is when a license has been taken offline in a client machine, the machine might be inaccessible or destroyed, and this makes it difficult for this user to go back to this license. So the error is experienced when the license is offline and the machine is inaccessible, or rather destroyed, or the user cannot return to a working license to ArcGIS Online. So in this time of the error that's been experienced, the user gets connected to my Esri, requests a case, then the solution begin on this, which requires a prerequisite check, and that includes logging into the ArcGIS Online and finding the status of the license on this ArcGIS Online. So once it gives you status that the license has been disconnected, that means that the license is no longer from the licensing portal, that is the ArcGIS Online. So this resolution begins on this, which requires a submission of a license recovery request to the Esri team, which will now be picked by the ArcGIS Online team. So through this is a case that has been escalated to Esri Inc., that is the ArcGIS Online team, and that is where the communication between the international analyst and the local distributor and the customer now begins. So we have percentage of how many cases we do escalate to our team, to the Esri Inc. team, and just on the pie chart shows that an escalation of this particular year was at 14.7%. In our threshold, we're supposed to do an escalation of within 15.0% and below. I'll have technical tips preventing recurring issues. Most of these issues have been observed to be occurring most frequently, and one, it's an error that is experienced with our ArcGIS enterprise licenses. You could find an error that could not access any portal machines. Please contact your system administrator. Most this error is occurred when the machine name has been changed or the IP address of the machine has also changed. So to prevent this, before you could, maybe if you want to engage in changing the name of the machine, you contact first the local analyst, the local engineer at distributor level for further advice on this. But it's advisable, highly recommended that you not change the name of the machine or the IP address once the ArcGIS enterprise license of the whole system has been configured on your premises. The second error for the portal of ArcGIS configuration requires a fully qualified domain name in the portal URL. It's a system requirement that your machine should be fully configured before the best configuration of ArcGIS Enterprise, and that you should make sure that your server machine has a fully qualified domain name before the configuration begins. There's the other error that is always received on the enterprise, ArcGIS Enterprise as well, and this comes in on the ArcGIS data store. That brings in that the ArcGIS data store is in read only, and new items cannot be published. So you as the user, your items might fail to be published. Your items fail to be published because the data store is in read only. So with this, mostly the disk space, when it gets it's up, the error comes in, and the resolution to this one disk space should be increased, and then the status of the data store should be changed back to read only through a command line. This the other error that is mostly experienced by our users who use ArcGIS Online. They happen to forget a username, password, and a security question. So this, when this is this is experienced by you as a user, then you could request a case for this. If you happen to forget all the username, password, and a security question, the case goes to ArcGIS Online team, who are able to retrieve a security question. But then if you only forget a username in the password, there's always a quick link on arcgis.com. Once you click on sign in, there's a quick link for forgot username and forgot password that you can easily click on them. Then you follow the simple guided steps for you to reset your username and also reset your password. So that's a technical tip of some of the errors that are frequently experienced in a region, and how you could prevent this from recurring. Advantages of keeping the software up to date. One, it's for getting access to the latest improvements, getting access to a version that is that already has fixed bugs and errors, as well as moving with the Esri's technology on the enhancements. How could we apply software patches? First, software patches are updates provided by Esri to address issues, fix bugs, enhance security, and sometimes introduce new features to the ArcGIS system at a particular version. These patches are usually available for download from the Esri support website, as well as the My Esri portal. And then before applying the patches, it is important to review a release note or documentation provided by Esri to understand what issues are addressed at any with any potential impacts. So to get access to the downloads, first to get connected to My Esri. As I said, My Esri, it's a portal where you have access to downloads and now patches, getting access to support, training, and events. Then navigate to downloads in the same version as the current software on the machine, then get to download the patch at that version. Then you're required to close the application if it's running, and then apply the patch without uninstalling the software. You're required to describe the issues that has been experienced by you efficiently into the system to give an analyst an easy time to go through the problem and easily draw to a resolution. So most issues raised are ArcGIS Pro issues, ArcGIS Online, and ArcGIS Enterprise issues. We've had a review of what issues commonly are received with ArcGIS Pro, and now we look at the ArcGIS Online. So during the process of creating a case or requesting for this case, you're required to provide a subscription ID, rather the customer ID for your account, a working email address, which can be logged into the system, and a statement of permission. So a case that requires, maybe you need to change your organization short URL. This will require a statement of permission, which will enable this technical team to alter the ArcGIS Online account. So the statement of permission looks like the one that is highlighted in yellow. So you are required to fill in your name. You're giving permission to the Esri Inc. team to access and modify your account, organization, or content in order to resolve the issue, mostly for the forgotten password and also the changing of the short URL on ArcGIS Online. On ArcGIS Enterprise, most of the issues that are experienced, remember to provide logs and how to get access to these logs. You log into the ArcGIS Enterprise through the portal admin, then you go to logs query, and that will give you the log messages as on the screen capture included. You can see on the first one, we had a navigate to home logs query. Then we had the log messages. So we had the type of the log messages was a warning that the ArcGIS Enterprise deployment has not been backed up, and a backup needs to be created. As well as on the ArcGIS Enterprise, include the version of the portal you're working with. Then you also important to explain any changes that will apply to the machine before, after the error has been experienced, what was done prior to the machine. So this gives the analyst an easy time to really draw a resolution to the error that has been experienced. How do we get access to the technical documentation? This can be found on the below link. The link will be shared on your charts that you can get access to. Through this link, you can get access to software patches and the latest addressed issues. This include the announcements for the newest versions with improvements, as well as you could get access to articles on bugs, deprecation, enhancements, and different errors that have been experienced with different users of a particular version of the software. Through the same link, there's also the bug number and error that is always accompanied by that particular error that has been described, and this makes it easy for you to search for it around the website. There's the support Salesforce that we'll be looking at in a few, where you could, it's a whole platform where you could create a case, have a dashboard overview of your cases, bugs, and improved customer engagement and milestone to communication within the same support Salesforce support platform. Yeah, so with this, we'll go to our demo on our support Salesforce, how we could, request, submit a case, how we could describe an issue. Would we set it to a high priority, medium, or is it a low priority? For urgent issues, you would set this to a high priority. Then the response time, then how do we go about the customer feedback and filling in the individual survey to evaluate your satisfaction on that particular issue that has been raised. So this is the support Salesforce. Rachel, just confirm that you can see my screen, please.
We can see those. We can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. Great. So this is the support Salesforce, where you could easily raise a case. Let me begin with my Esri. So this is the My Esri portal. This is the My Esri portal, where I said it's a platform where you would have access to download support reports of your account, of how many issues have been raised, how many bugs, enhancements have been added to your account. So we'll go right to support. where you will navigate to support and click on request a case. So after clicking on request a case, it will open a platform like this, or a page like this, where you're required to now request or rather create a new case. So with this, I will begin with creating a new case. This new case towards my right hand side. So click on new case, and the level of support for this kind of this case is a standard support. So I'll have to click on standard support and say next. So because I'm the user that has been logged in this organization, so my contact name will be listed. Account name will also be listed. That is the organization name. Then we'll have our subject that should be highlighted. So the subject will be an issue that has been experienced or rather raised in the organization, be it on ArcGIS Pro, ArcGIS Online, or rather ArcGIS Enterprise. So in this case, I'll say it's an ArcGIS Online issue. So I'll begin with saying it's ArcGIS Online. ArcGIS Online, then I would say forgotten security question. I forgot the security question. So this shows that I cannot get access to my license because I cannot bypass the security question that I have forgotten. So with this, I will also describe the issue here. The issue here, I would say with my account, the initial administrator will left the organization. The initial administrator left the organization who happened to be the only member. So the main issue here, it's cannot get access to the license, cannot get access to the license. I will also add on this the customer ID. Customer ID is 363 or 330. Then as well provide the subscription ID, my account, to make it easy for this analyst to trace back my account and find the short URL and any other details that could be available for this particular account. So you make sure that you describe your issue, deeply provide all the details, and most necessarily provide your subscription ID and customer ID for easy navigation to this account. So down here we have, as well as if you have a screen capture of the error that has been experienced, just check the screen capture and get it attached here on the issue description. Down here we have the case origin. On the drop-down arrow, we have email, events, phone. Of course, you're submitting, or rather this case was first contacted through email, or it could be a phone call. So you could select the appropriate case origin down there. This is the product queue. On the drop down, we have all the products Enterprise, Online, and even Pro. So the product queue here could be the ArcGIS Online, Advanced, the operating system. It's very important for you to state the operating system that you're using, for easier diagnosis of the issue that has been raised. So say Windows operating system. Technology, it's an online technology. The operating system version, also choose the one that you're using. Product, it's ArcGIS Online. So I'll have it on the drop-down arrow. The locale, it's English. So I'll find it on the drop-down arrow and select it. Version, if you don't know the version of the ArcGIS Online, then you could find it on the system on the analyst end or in the engineer's end. So if you didn't know the version of the ArcGIS Online, then that should not worry you. You could say not applicable, because once you provide us with the subscription ID, then we are able to find this on our end. Issue, because I'm unable to get access to the license, I would say my issue is licensing, or it could be how to, maybe you're finding difficulties on how to manage licenses on ArcGIS Online. Then you'll say how to then describe your issue, that you had difficulties in managing or assigning the licenses to a user. You could experience unexpected behavior when logging into ArcGIS Online, or rather ArcGIS Enterprise, or rather ArcGIS Pro. Then you will select unexpected behavior, setup and upgrades. During the setup or upgrading of the system, you could fall into errors. That one will fall under setup and upgrades. If you request for a resource from our local distributorship, then you will that particular type of case falls under that. It could be also an issue with overall performance of the software. You also login data as a case, change request, maybe on ArcGIS Online. You need a member to be swapped with the existing or previous administrator. Then you would say change request. So those are some of the levels of the issues of how you could categorize your issue. So for this case, because I'm unable to get access to this license, I would say my issue lies on licensing. Capability. So we have different capabilities. It could be a 3D visualization in the analytics, customize and develop issues or issues to do with data management, field operations, imagery and remote sensing, mapping and visualization, or other setup and administration. So the capability also, I choose where the issue lies correctly. So because this is a login issue, getting access to this account, it will fall under setup and administration. So I'll have that selected on the drop-down arrow. Then the functionality, it's about the licenses. Your functionality could lie on credits. You maybe you need to get a guide on how to generate a report of how your credits are being utilized on ArcGIS Online. Then you will select the capability as credits. It could be on deployment during the activation of these licenses. Then that issue capability would fall under deployment. So my issue, it's about the licenses, because I'm unable to get access to this license. So I will choose licenses. So that makes it a complete part for filling in the description of this particular issue. the assigned case to this person is optional because you don't know the analyst or the engineer who will pick up this case, so you will leave it as it is. But if you knew the exact person of whom you need this case to be assigned to, or you need this person to accept this case, then you will search the name of this analyst. And for this case, my name, it's been found here. Then I would say create a case. But if you don't know the analyst who's gonna solve this, then just submit the case. It will get into the system, and then this will be will be accepted by an analyst on the support Salesforce. So once you request and submit this case, or rather create this case, we have an initial time response. You can see it started counting down, and our initial response happens within 24 hours. So most of our cases get resolved within this initial response period. If it is a case that should be escalated to Esri Inc. to be picked by one of our analysts in their respective teams, then this will take to a minimum of 3 days because of time difference to the resolution of this case. The included guided actions here, which once we enable you on MyEsri and grant you authorized caller privileges, you're then able to request ArcGIS Online Assistant. And this particular option also to escalate case to Esri Inc. So for the distributor, local distributor, you'll have this option for the guided actions, depending on the case that has been raised, be it on ArcGIS Online or ArcGIS Enterprise. So you've completed describing your issue. You've provided the sub-ID, you've provided the customer number, and now this is received or accepted by this analyst in the local distributorship. So our communication begins within this period immediately, and then after we come to a resolution on this, the case is closed by the analyst at the distributor. So right here, when I click on close case, I'll have a primary resolution on this. If it is a case that I will wait for a response from you as a customer, then I will choose that this particular case is in awaiting customer response status. A primary resolution could be change request as per what you had chose as an issue category. It could be a defect, so my primary resolution, I will choose a defect and also write a resolution to this. So this also the duplicate, identified cause, incident. It could be a case outside scope. You could want to maybe ask about a particular product that you're not sure about what you what you knew. So it could be an issue whose primary resolution it's not within the listed, so you have an option of saying that this is out of scope. So with my case, it's an identified cause, and my secondary resolution, I would say it's an ArcGIS account issue because I'm unable to get access to it because of the forgotten security question that I'm unable to bypass, and I need help from the analyst. So say it's a ArcGIS account issue, then for the resolution, I'll say a link was shared to the customer to reset the forgotten password. So the link that will be shared to you as the customer, it enables you to bypass the forgotten security question part, and you are able to now reset your forgotten password and even say they forgot username, then get a list of these username that are listed by your account. So for this particular case, I would have it that way: primary resolution, have a second resolution, then write that resolution that has been drawn at that particular case. So for this, I would say save. And then after I say save, this closed case, as a customer, you will receive a standard survey support. And this survey will look like this. So we have the case number. Every time you request this case in the system, it creates a customer number that every time when you get back to your account on My Esri, you're able to get a dashboard summary of how these cases have been submitted, resolved on your organization, which is identified by a customer number. Then you have a subject that we stated. It was an issue to do with the ArcGIS Online issues. Then you have the first section that will ask you to, did Esri Africa make it easy to request a case? So you're required to give a rating of this on a scale of 1 to 5. So strongly disagree will be 1 out of 5. Disagree will be 2 out of 5, as well as the strongly agree will be 5 out of 5, and that shows that you are satisfied with how you requested, or how Esri made it easy for you to request a case on this. Also, rate your overall experience with the support services, over experience with the software. Then there's the part of rating the analyst as well, on a scale of 1 to 5, poor to excellent. So you'll go through all this, and so rate the technical skills and product knowledge, patterness and follow through, politeness and professionalism. And then the most important part is you please tell us where you provide the rating, and also any other comments that you would like to share with Esri Eastern Africa about the technical support experience. So the comments that you share with us, we go through them, and this allows us for implementation of these comments within the shortest period of time. Then there's that part for, if you like your survey to be shared, then you will choose yes, or if you're not comfortable with that, then you're allowed to choose no. So once you submit this survey, click on submit. It gets back to a support Salesforce, and you can see a summary of how you've provided your ratings on overall support experience, overall product experience, and the effort to request a case. Then this provides a score for that particular case, encompassed with all that I've mentioned: technical skills, communication, Then this also this cost will be also be analyzed here. An overall experience, politeness, technical skill, and the comments that you will provide will also be recorded here. All right, so this will provide an overview of how these responses happens between you as a customer and an analyst, and how the issues that are submitted through this support Salesforce are being handled together with the communication milestones that happens once the case has been submitted to this platform. So after this, we're gonna get all of you as our customers connected to my Esri. I know most of you are connected to my Esri. So after being connected to my Esri, as I said earlier, getting access to support, then request a case will be your initial stage. Then you go through the subsequent stages that I've shown for you to really describe your issues efficiently and get connected to our support analyst. That has been the whole and at this point, I'm gonna pause there and open a Q&A session to see questions that needs to be answered, and any comments